Good morning, class. Hey, happy Friday. Today we want to actually take the entire reading test. It gets to be a little bit long, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to divide it into 3 different videos. We're going to take the first story, and then we're going to answer the first 10 questions. And that'll be the end of the video. You take a break. Relax a little bit. Then you come back. You watch the second video. It'll be the second story, and the second 10 questions, so 11 through 20. And then we're going to have a third video where we continue to work on writing essays for reading. Now, last week we wrote that essay together, and some of you guys must have done a dynamite job pausing the video, writing it down, checking it over, because yours were just unbelievable. A few of you didn't turn it in, and that was really devastating to your grade. Also, a few of you didn't write my essay. I don't know what you wrote your essay on, but it had nothing to do with what we were talking about. So you can't just get a blank sheet of paper from Mr. Bauer and then start writing whatever you want and think it's going to go well. So today I'm going to give you some helps on your test. One of the things that I like to do before writing an essay is I like to think about it ahead of time. And so here's the essay for today. It says the theme, and we've been working so hard on theme. Remember, that's the lesson we're supposed to learn. Well, the main character is supposed to learn it, and then we learn it as well. The theme of Little Red and the 3 Little Mice, now these are 2 stories you'll recognize with a twist, show the importance of decision making. Use clear text evidence from the passage to show what the characters learned from their poor decisions. So I'm going to change it a little bit. You can just pick one. Eventually, at the end of the year, we'll write about both stories. Those essays get to be really long. We're not quite there yet. So today, as we're reading, pick one of these and say, okay, the main character, what did they learn? And let's find the evidence of their poor decisions. Hint, hint, hint. I'm going to pick Little Red because this story is really a lot of fun, and I'm going to circle some things that I'm going to use in my essay for text evidence at the end. If you want to pick the other story and write your own essay, you're welcome to. If you want to pick mine, then circle with me. Once upon a time, there was a young girl who lived in a big city. The girl and her granny liked to do things together. They rode bikes and they ran in the park. They did yoga and they danced. The two were always active, never idle. Since the girl had red hair like her granny, people called her Little Red. Little Red took a backpack filled with food to Granny. Now, I don't know if you guys are catching on yet, but this is like the story of Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red took a backpack filled with food to Granny's apartment every Saturday, and they ate lunch together. A family of pigs lived in Granny's building. The largest pig's name was Piggy, and he was always hungry. I think Little Red has sweet treats in her backpack, said Piggy. I want to eat those cookies, cakes, and candy. Yummers. I don't know if that's a real word, but that's kind of fun to say. Yummers. Piggy, I'm assuming this is Piggy, planned to trick Little Red by dressing like Granny, who always wore casual clothes. So Piggy put on jogging suits, sneakers, and sunglasses. Then he waited for Little Red outside on the steps. Hey, Granny, said Little Red, I brought lunch. Then Little Red took another look. Everything seemed as usual, but Granny looked peculiar. Little Red commented, What funny hands you have, Granny. The better to hold the food you brought, said Piggy. Little Red remarked, What big nose you have, Granny. The better to smell the food you brought, said Piggy. Little Red exclaimed, What big mouth you have, Granny. The better to eat you up. Oh, no, just kidding. Sorry, wrong story. The better to eat all your food, yelled Piggy as he reached for the backpack. Boy, he's kind of greedy and selfish, isn't he? I'm kind of highlight that. We might use that in our essay. Little Red ducked and ran from Piggy. The pleasure Piggy felt suddenly turned to discomfort. Piggy was out of shape and had no energy to chase Little Red. With sweat dripping off his snout, he squealed, With sweat dripping off his snout, he said, I'm so tired. I can't move another step. Piggy dropped to the sidewalk. Little Red kindly went back to help Piggy. Piggy, you need to eat some healthy food. She said, Yummers, food. You have any fudge? asked Piggy. I would love some fudge right now. All I can think of is sweets. No, but I have corn and apples, said Little Red. When you eat healthy food like vegetables and fruit, you feel better. Don't devour it, but slowly eat a bit of this corn, she offered. You need to exercise, too, insisted Little Red. Let's go to Granny's apartment and walk on the treadmill. Exercise gives you strength and energy so you can run and play. And please don't trick me again, she added. Just join Granny and me for a healthy lunch. Yummers, agreed Piggy. Okay, kind of a funny story. It's kind of a play on Little Red Riding Hood. But in the end of Little Red Riding Hood, we don't have Little Red Riding Hood being nice to the big bad wolf. But in this story, we got Little Red being awfully kind to this pig who tried to trick her and tried to eat all of her food. Okay, well, let's take those first 10 questions for our test today. Number 1, it says, what is the theme of the passage? Remember, when we talk about theme, we're talking about the lesson, something that the piggy was supposed to have learned. Pigs are clever animals. Visit your grandma often. Now, that's a good thing, but I'm not sure the whole story was trying to get you to visit Granny. Always carry food in case of emergency, or it is important to exercise and eat healthy foods. Now, hopefully you got from the story that one should have been D. So have your answer key out. And go ahead and put your name on there. And then do a great job using your pencil to fill in the box for D completely. I'm going to help you with some of them, but not all of them. That one I shouldn't have helped you with. It was pretty easy. Number 2, it says, read this sentence from the passage. They rode bikes and ran in the park. They did yoga and dance. The two were always active, never idle. Now, our objective this week was working about antonyms. So it's going to ask you an antonym question. Which word has the opposite meaning of idle? And you can use context clues to help you. Would it be busy, clumsy, hungry, or lazy? And don't pick lazy. Lazy would be its synonym. Sometimes we get confused when we pick its synonym. No, you want to pick its antonym. What's the opposite of idle? Okay? Number 3. Which word from the passage are opposites in meaning? Opposites, antonyms. Treats, foods. Energy, exercise. Building, apartments. Or pleasure and discomfort. Number 4, what text evidence best supports the theme of our passage? Now, go back and say which theme you picked. You picked that it was important to exercise and eat good food. So which one of these says exercise and eat good food? Which one says that? I brought lunch. Do you have any fudge? That might taste good, but that's not healthy. Piggy, you need to eat some healthy food, she said. The better to smell the food you brought. So this one doesn't have anything to do with it. So hopefully that helps you. Pause video if you need to. Okay, number 5. Read the sentence from the passage. Piggy planned to trick Little Red by dressing like Granny, who always wore casual clothes. So Piggy put on a jogging suit, sneakers, and sunglasses. Which word is the same? Now we're looking for the synonym, same as casual. And you can use the context clues to help you out there. She always wore casual clothes. And then they give you some examples of what that is. Is casual like every day? Is casual like you're going fancy to the ball? Is casual like formal, like a suit or a dress? Is casual like new? Number 6. Read the following sentence from the passage. Piggy was out of shape and had no energy to chase Little Red. With sweat dropping off his snout, he squealed, I'm so tired, I can't move another step. This text evidence supports the theme by telling what? What happens when you squeal? Why you need to wear sneakers? How to bake and eat tasty baked goods? Or the result of not exercising and unhealthy eating? I'm so out of shape. I have no energy to chase you. That should help you. Okay, 4 left. What evidence from the text best supports the theme of the passage? So now we're theme. We've got to keep going back to our theme. Our theme was, it is important to exercise and eat healthy. So which one of these talks about exercising and eating healthy? The largest pig was named Piggy. Exercise gives you strength and energy. Since Little Red was kind, she went back to help. The girl and her granny liked to do things together. That one was on your own. Last 3. Number 8. Read the sentence from the passage. Everything seemed the same as usual, but Granny looked peculiar. What's the opposite of peculiar? Alike, cold, happy, normal. Now, obviously, cold and happy are out. So alike or normal is your 50-50. Peculiar. What's a synonym for peculiar? Well, some people would say strange is a synonym, so now you're trying to find the opposite of that. Opposite of looking strange. Number 9. Read the sentence from the passage. Don't devour it, but slowly eat a bit of this corn, she offered. What's the opposite of devour? Destroy, gobble, nibble, smash. And number 10. Which is the best summary of the passage? So go in your head first. Think about how could you summarize this passage. What's it about? Eating lunch with Grandma? Probably not. What's the whole thing about? Summarize the whole thing. If you're going to tell your mom you read a story about Little Red, what would you tell her? Would you say Little Red wants Piggy to stop playing tricks? Little Red likes spending time with Granny. Piggy dressed up like Granny to trick Little Red. Little Red teaches Piggy to eat healthy and exercise. Hopefully that one was pretty obvious. Goes right along with our theme, your summary of the story. All right, guys. Now remember, I want you to take a break. Otherwise, the reading test takes too long. If we were in school at this time, we'd be taking a break. So take a break at your house and come back and then watch the second video.